Listen, you've been doing the meditations and affirmations and all this journaling and the spiritual work, inner work, you name it. You've been doing this right. However, you always come back to this old reality, old pattern, old habit, perhaps old people, same old, same old. And then you've been wondering like why I'm doing this, everything right, but somehow the result going wrong. And let me tell you something. You are not doing anything wrong. But the problem is you've been focusing on too much of actions. Action is designed based on your subconscious. So if you don't change your subconscious, your action is designed to fail. So whatever you're trying to do is literally designed to fail before you even try. Because God doesn't listen to what you say or what you do. God listens to what you are. So in this video, I'm going to share how you can hack your mind to change the frequency, so that you don't need to pray with the words expressed, but you can just be there and then pray without even thinking about the thoughts, and then it will be manifested in the record speed. So first, you've been distracted all the time and then you're scrolling contents, and now just zen the fuck out and listen carefully. So if you want to manifest the more income, if you want to grow your business, and then if you want to be the best version of yourself and then have everything you ever wanted, the first and foremost, everything is a frequency. God speaks to you with the frequency. I'm a full Japanese person, so I was born and raised in Japan, and I was taught to go to shrines and pray. And then most of the time people pray for family or relationship or business or health, and then they go there and ask the God to give the blessings. But the problem is, this is exactly why people never get exactly what they want. And they fail miserably, and then they stop believing God, they stop believing in miracles, they stop believing in such a power they hold within them. So at the end of the day, they need to compromise. How do you compromise? You simply say, well, you know, this is good. My life is okay, and I don't need to be rich. I don't need to be the best version of myself. I don't need to be super jacked and six-pack. I don't need to be healthy, because that's the only way out. Your brain is literally rationalizing by compromising. So as a child, I remember back in the days, like I go to shrines and there's a specific way to pray at the shrine. If you're a fan of Japan or if you're a fan of shrines and temples, then you probably know already, but it's called Nire ni hakushu ichire. So, which means you 2 bows and 2 claps, and then you pray. And then whatever you pray, and then after that you vow. And this is the proper way to pray at the shrine. And back in the days, I was taught by our parents and also society that I ask what I want and ask the God that please protect my health. Please, you know, like if I want to pass a test or something like that, please, I want to pass the test. And for example, like I want to, you know, make more money. Please, I want to, you know, be successful, whatever that is. In a way that I'm asking God through a verbal expressions, hey, I want this and please give me that. However, the God doesn't listen to that. What they listen to who you are in the frequency level. And this is the reason why there are a lot of religious people out there and praying and perhaps asking what they want, or asking and please begging to God. And that's why majority of the praying is not manifested. And then you can look around, you know, the people pray often, you know, people around you, somehow their life is exactly the same. Exactly what they're asking for is not manifested in their life. Otherwise, people should be rich and happy and then free, because God doesn't listen to what you say. Do you think that God speaks like English or Japanese or Latin? Or maybe they even, you know, sound like they came from hood. What's going on? What's good, man? It's like, I'm sipping some coffee. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That would be cool, but that's not the case. They speak the language of frequency. And in frequency, so God speaks to you in the form of material things. So that's why if you want to manifest cars and money and a mansion and whatever, they'll speak to you with the material, the form of the material, but it's actually the frequency. So it can be a feeling, right? It's a form of feeling, or it can be the form of idea, and then like this $1 million idea just pops up in your head and you're like, okay, let me just take action. Boom, you manifest it. Whatever you're doing, the affirmations and journaling and then the mirror work and the spiritual work, inner work, perhaps you had a good transformation already, but you're not getting exactly what you want, your dream destination, your ultimate goal. Perhaps you become the most famous actor, or you become the top athlete, or you manifest $1 million, whatever you are trying to manifest, the biggest goal, but you're still in the middle, and then you spend years and years. And this is because you don't understand the hidden code up in your subconscious. So first and foremost, what is a frequency? Frequency is a wavelength that you can actually measure. It's an electron in quantum physics. So just think about frequency in terms of the energy, in terms of the wavelength, right? So we all have, everything is energy. Everything is in a frequency. Geometric, I actually have that right there. Every geometrics has a different frequency, and also every object has its own unique frequency, as well as the colors, as well as the sound. So everything is a different frequency, and each thought's also frequency. So what that means is that your subconscious are literally the storage of different type of frequency that creates your reality. So let's say one frequency of your thoughts up in your mind is the fear-driven frequency. The fear-driven frequency can be like focusing on lack, or like, oh, I want to invest in myself, but I'm afraid whether I'm going to get it. It's simply because you're focusing on the lack. Your frequency is coming out, manifested as some sort of thought process, the pattern of your behavior. And therefore, that frequency controls your entire action as well as the result. Your reality is curated, designed based on your subconscious 99%. So which means that whatever you see, whatever you experience, even if it's sad, happy, whatever, it's coming from your subconscious. And you are creating your reality. And some people who said, whoa, I didn't create this shit. And I get it. I used to feel the same way. Like when I was a fashion model back in the days, I was always pointing a finger at, other models and like, why I'm not getting a fucking job? And then why these boys are getting job? Like, we look the same. Like, we're fucking Asians. We look the same. We're same height, 6.1, 6.2, whatever. We are not that different. But I started meditation practice as well as like self-development. So I start understanding and like learning about subconscious, learning about the energy. And I realized that, oh shit, I created this. Then how can I change it? And then that's the first thing that I thought about. Okay, if I created this, then I can change it, right? So like, how can I change it? And what I did was, first, I took the responsibility. And then what I changed is I changed myself. So I became from frustrated and stressed and feeling stuck and angry model who just part-time job and like make money in somewhere in a fucking store. And I became a very happy, confident model. And what happened is I started getting the job for Dolce & Gabbana. I walked the show twice, and then I start actually hitting the goal that I want, which is the income level, and I started making like, a couple $1,000s just a model alone. A lot of actually influencers, a lot of people actually tell you on YouTube and on Instagram that change takes time, like good things takes time. The good things doesn't exist in this world. Everything is just what it is, right? Because if you think this is a good things, then all of a sudden your subconscious goes, okay, it takes time. Does that make sense? So if you think this is a bad thing, does it take time? You don't even have that conditioned mind when it comes to the bad things. So the good things doesn't exist, bad thing doesn't exist in this universe. It's just a polarity, is the whole as a unity. This is the reason why I work with my clients, right? And then I have 3 clients of mine. The Romy hit 150K just after working with me 3-4 months. Just that. And then she was stuck at 20K, 15K or something like that per month. And then now she's actually hitting 150K in US dollars per month. And she did that effortlessly. And then Nathan as well. Nathan actually started his business 4 months ago, exact same time as working with me. So my coaching started, his business launched, and 3 months later, he's hitting $70,000 revenue. And Aku as well, the second month, she hit 16K from starting from scratch, zero knowledge, zero nothing. Her dream was building a business, and then boom, 16K. And 6 months later, she already hit 40K in revenue per month. And now, after 1 year working with me, she actually hit $100,000 per month. And the reason why this happens, because change is instantaneous. Don't listen to all these lies, because what they're saying to you is their limiting beliefs. Because they cannot achieve the goal the way my clients do, is because they don't know how, right? So what they tell you is that good things take time. Be patient. If you want to make 100K a month, if you want to make 6-figure a month, then it takes 3 years, 4 years. No, it doesn't. Change happens this quick. And then when you know that change happens very, very quickly, then you have to allow yourself to make a change very, very quickly, and then stop believing all this bullshit out society and all these people with the limiting beliefs. They're not confident, that's why they tell you that. So forget. Let go from your mind, because now it controls your mind, it controls your frequency. So the reason why most people are actually destined to fail, whatever they try, whatever they do, even if they take a leap of faith, is because the frequency up in your subconscious is already destined to fail, because the frequency is designed to take certain actions, okay? The process is already written. So we need to change the process by changing the frequency, which is the information or pattern up in your mind. Because 99% you are in trance. The hidden code, what I'm going to tell you is, it's very important for you to understand this concept. You're always in trance. 99% you're in trance. How does it look like? You're unconscious. Have you ever went kind of like spacing out, like you're doing something, working and sipping some coffee, whatever, and then you're just like spacing out? It's a hypnosis. When you're in trance, you're in a hypnotic state, which means you can hypnotize yourself. How does the hypnosis work? It's very simple. When you hypnotize yourself, you surpass the conscious filter. It's almost like there's a filter, right? There's a conscious filter. Most of the time, if you're a woman and I tell you like you're a man, you're a super cool man, and then you're like, no, I'm a beautiful woman, right? It's a conscious filter blocks it, because otherwise your subconscious will be completely fucked. But the first 7 years of your life, you are completely wide open. You're in this hypnotic state. So that's why you have to download everything that you're told. That's why a lot of people are destined to fail, is because a lot of people have this limiting beliefs from childhood. They literally download it from parents' limiting beliefs, or through experiences. Someone is bullied. Like I got bullied back in the day, so it really took my confidence away. It really made me such a shy and introverted person, and I was always constantly afraid whether people will hate me or not. So when I was young, I experienced that, and then I literally downloaded. There was no conscious filter, so like everything was just like going through subconscious. Boom, my frequency, that frequency of fear, that frequency of weakness, that frequency of like being bullied, not confident, and being negative was planted, and then it's growing and growing day by day. So that's why most of the people are feeling stuck at certain income level, and most of the people are stuck at certain expressions, or like really afraid of speaking in front of people, or can't just be confident or be the best leader, is because they're already conditioned the first 7 years. So that's also hypnosis. So what we need to understand is that everyone is hypnotizable. There's nobody in the world who cannot be hypnotized. Some people come to me and they're like, oh, I can't be hypnotized. Yes, you can. You're already hypnotized thousands of times. That's why you have beliefs. Otherwise, you don't believe in things. If you have the same brain as me and everybody else and other 8 billion people, then you're hypnotizable. And actually, I use all these hypnosis audio, and in which got my clients all these crazy results. You should be hypnotized by me. If you're hypnotized by me, I only hypnotize very positive. I don't do like weird shit like some stage hypnotist, give you like, oh, you start acting like a dog and like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like, I don't do that kind of shit, because what I use this power and my skill, insane skill, because I have a unique skills other hypnotherapists doesn't have. I use this for positive transformation. And that's why people change very quick. Change happens super, super fucking fast. And when you actually use hypnosis, then you can create an instant change by taking out all these limited frequency and then install the new positive, confident frequency. So there's a hidden code that we can program our subconscious mind very quickly and then make that instant change. And when I used that, the change was instantaneous. And I remember when I was literally feeling stuck. I was feeling stuck at running a business, and I was feeling tired, and I was feeling like frustrated because my income was like stuck at 10K. And I was like, why this is not growing? I'm still here. It's like 1-2 years after hitting a 10K. I was still there. My income was not growing. And I was like, why am I feeling stuck? Everybody's growing around me on social media, and I see people like why these people are like growing and why I'm feel stuck. what happened was I used this hidden code, which is the equation, okay? And then when I use this, the change happens instantaneously. You'll completely rewire your brain, and then like you're rewiring with the new equation, your new frequency. And when you have that frequency up in your subconscious, your entire being is controlled by it, because 99% is coming from your subconscious. The decision you make, actions, and all the thoughts and ideas, and then even the result, right? Income level and the partner, and then who you're with, everything, where you live, everything. So I literally changed using this hidden code, and my income just like kept growing. It was crazy because I was feeling stuck 2 years, right? And I was like thinking about myself, like I did everything. I paid for the marketer, I paid copywriter, I've launched different type of workshops and different type of webinar and different type of everything. And I was like still feeling stuck. So what happened is I deprogrammed my mind with these old limiting frequency that I was programmed back in the days. Like this was almost like like a war between my past condition and who I want to become. It's like there's a devil and an angel, right? Devil is just pulling me this way, and it's like this past, the things that I know is comfortable. And then the angel is whispering to me, hey, Sho, it's like, you can do better. You can be way more charismatic, and then you can make more money. Come, you gotta fight. And then what I did was I literally let that go. And when I say war, it's not like you're fighting against the force to force. What you use is more like letting go. It's like allowing that to leave from your body, right? It's almost like your old energy and an old pattern is doing astral projection, is going away from you. But then a new spirit, new energy, new frequency come into your body and as well as the mind. So how can you do the same? It's very, very simple. First equation is an abundance. And the second equation is relaxation. So the reason why everybody's praying wrong and then they're literally destined to fail is because they're not in the relaxation. And when you're tapping into a trance and hypnotic state, you actually become more relaxed. Why? Your brain waves go slower. So when you're tranced and then when you're relaxed, your brain is actually performing way better, and then your subconscious is wide open. So you go into the shrines and like mosque and whatever and then praying with your brain waves in beta, it doesn't work. So what we want to do is we want to first relax. And Neville Goddard said this in one of my favorite books, Feeling is a Secret. He said, what you pray isn't important. How you prepare yourself to pray is the most important. So what does it mean? It means that you have to relax, and then you have to turn your brain waves from beta to alpha and possibly alpha to theta. And theta is where you're completely in trance, but also your brain waves is slow. You can be trance and beta, but the best combination is in trance and then your brain waves in theta. And the reason why abundance is so important is because the opposite of abundance is lack. Lack creates fear. As I said before, your subconscious had hardwired for survival. So your subconscious, at all costs, is going to protect you, because if you die, nothing happens. And let me ask you, are you dead? No, you're alive. That's why you're watching this video. And then your frequency matched with this video. That's why you're here and then you're still watching, right? So what does it mean? It means if you are programmed, your frequency in your mind is for luck, then it reinforces fear. So your entire being as a frequency is very, very negative and it's very low. That's why whatever you do, that actions and decisions and idea come from that entire negative fear-oriented frequency, it's all destined to fail. And that's why you have to program your subconscious for abundance. What is abundance? Abundance is rich. You have so much things. So if you have a lot of money, you don't worry about money. If you have a lot of food in your fridge, you don't worry about what to eat. So what you're gonna do is very simple. If you're gonna use affirmation or journaling, first you have to prepare yourself. Like prepare yourself to feel relaxed. And then everything you do is not the negative sentence. You have to say or feel or do from abundance. So for example, a lot of people don't take action right now, they procrastinate. A lot of people feel imposter syndrome and they don't take action, right? So it's because they feel lack, they're not confident, they feel afraid. and their entire decision, they rationalize it, right? Oh, it's not the best timing. Yes, it is, because you're living now. If you take action right now, that's the best. Always the best is do it now, because otherwise you could be dead tomorrow. Who knows? So it's the illusion of safety, right? Oh, I have tomorrow, so I can make decision tomorrow. No, you don't, because you always wake up today. There's no tomorrow. We always live in this present moment. And the reason why you always procrastinate is because you're not confident, you're not sure that you're gonna get it. So therefore, if you take action and fail, and then you're gonna be right? Oh, there you go, I was right. So that's why you don't want to be right in this. That's why you don't take action. So inaction comes from the certainty and the confidence of you're not gonna achieve it, you're not gonna manifest it. But let me ask you something. If you know that you're not gonna fail, what are you gonna do? Like, you know you're not gonna fail. It's like, what are you gonna do? And I operate from this state because I'm not hardwired to fear or lack. Even if I don't make money this month, I feel abundant because my reality, external reality, is not creating my internal reality, because my internal reality is creating my external reality. Therefore, whatever is happening in my reality, external reality, it doesn't affect me because I'm not programmed that way. So how can you actually change your frequency and then get abundance and manifest whatever you want quick? What I can help you is I have these 2 different audios that's going to change and reprogram your mind very quick. The one is a meditation. It's specifically designed to get rid of your money blockages. Okay, the second is a hypnosis. This quantum hypnosis got me and my clients millions of dollars. So you can actually download the audio from the link in the description. So go ahead, take it, and I decided to give it for free. All right, with that said, if you're an entrepreneur, if you want to grow your business, and if you want to be the best version of yourself, manifest everything you ever wanted in a record speed and apply from the coaching, and I hope to see you very, very soon. And don't forget to put the subscribe button and notification bell, and then like this video, and then leave a comment. Who are you becoming, and what's the best version looks like? And as always, you got this journey, and you're not alone. We got this together. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.